Welcome to part 2 of our 5-part video series looking at how to create this cordial bottle design. In this second video, what we're going to be doing is looking at how to apply the materials and the appearances to these different bodies within the design, but also looking at how to apply it to different surfaces. So for example, if you wanted to have different surfaces look a different way, with the different material applied to them, that's what we're going to cover in this video. Now, what we should have done so far is made the bottle design, the basic bottle, using video number 1 for that. So this one should be relatively quick. It shouldn't take long to do and is relatively straightforward. Let's jump in. So to get started with this, what I need to first do is make sure that I've got my bodies visible. So I'm going to use the drop down over here to make sure I can see them. This will allow me to turn them on and off if I want to, for example, work on the cork or work on the bottle in isolation without the other one visible. Right, so I'm going to start with the bottle and apply a glass material to this. There's 2 ways you can access the appearance options. Number 1 is you could right click on the bottle itself and go to appearance down here, or you can right click on body 1 over here and go to appearance. And what this will do is bring up here the appearance toolbar. And at any point you can shrink this down or bring it out using this little arrow tool here. So I'm interested in the glass materials, and the Fusion 360 library does a really good job of providing lots of these different textures and materials. But if I want to search for specific ones, I can type it here and hit enter. And there we go. In the Fusion 360 Appearance Library, these are the different glasses that are available. Now, there's not that much in the way of color options here, but we can change these later on. So the one I'm going to use for this is glass medium color blue. And I'm going to drag that onto the bottle. Why didn't that do the whole thing? Let's try that again. Yeah, there we go. So the whole thing now is made of blue glass. Now at this stage it doesn't look amazing, but when we do the renders later on, this will look really good. So actually I'm just going to turn off the cork so I can see this without the cork. There we are. Now up here it shows you, so steel satin, this is the colour that it applies by default to all the things you make. But you can also see here in this design, I've got that medium colour blue glass showing there. And what this allows me to do is right click on that if I want to and change how that looks. So if, for example, I wanted a slightly more greeny glass, I could drag the colour bar this way, or I could go for more or less saturation, lighter or darker. So I'm going to go about here and go done. So that has applied that to the bottle, and that's that bit finished. So that was really easy. What I'm going to do now is turn the bottle off and bring the cork in. And we're going to do something slightly different with the cork. We're going to apply multiple different textures to the different parts of this design to make it look like there's a metal foil here, and might even put black on the top there. So the way we're going to do this time is put the base colour on here to make it look like a cork, and then we'll start doing some of these details. So if I look in the library, if I type cork, you will see there are no results found. And that's because Fusion 360 at the time of recording this doesn't have a cork texture. But what it does have is MDF, which for the purposes of this looks really good. If I drag MDF board onto here, you can see nothing happens. And the reason why is because I've not yet used this in my designs, and therefore I need to download it. So if I click on this icon here, what will happen is you can see it's downloading. Boom, there we go. So now I've got MDF and I can drag that on like that. And you can see it does a pretty good job of imitating cork. What I'm going to do at this stage though is I don't want these hidden lines on. So if I come down here to display settings, visual style, let's just go shaded. There we go. So that's what this will look like if I leave it as is. But I don't want to do that. What I want to do is change some of the appearances of these bits here. And to do that, what I need to do is change this option from bodies and components to faces. So when I now apply a material, it's applying it to a face rather than the whole body. So for example, if I take steel satin, I can drag that onto that part there, as you can see. That doesn't look too bad actually. But I don't want to use steel for this. I'm going to use something fancier. So let's go into the library, and in fact, what I'm going to do, turn the search off. Let's have a look for metals. And we've got lots of different metals in here that we can look at. So for example, gold. I could put gold on that. Looks a little tacky, but it might look nice in the finished design. But let's have a look. I'm going to use bronze, I think. Shiny bronze. There we go. A little more subtle than the gold. So what that looks like now is that there's bronze features on the cork. And later on, what I'll do is I'll show you in video number 4 how to cut a logo into the top of here. So I'm going to just make this. I'm going to make this black so that I can do that later on. And let's have a look. Where am I going to find something black? If I just, in fact, let's look in the search for black. See what comes up. Oh, bye then. Where's that gone? Let's reopen the appearance. Try that again. There we go. So I've got black fabric, black plastic, black leather. Let's go with, what should we have? Let's go with plastic glossy black. No, let's go matte black. And drag that onto here. Now, because I accidentally closed somehow the appearance menu, that's going to do it to the whole thing. I don't want that actually. So let's change that. And where were we? Let's plastic matte black. There we go. So that's applied a matte black plastic to the top. I think I'm pretty much done with this. That looks okay. I don't want to do any more at this stage, so I'm going to close that and bring body 1 back. And there we are. You can see the cork in the top and the blue bottle. And that is it for this one, for the second one. In the next video, we'll have a look at creating liquids inside, and we'll come back to using the appearance tools again. But for the purposes of this video, that is it. So the things to note are that you can apply a material to a whole body or just to faces within a body. And you can then, in the appearance menu, you can then edit those appearances and change the way they look by right-clicking on them and going edit and playing with the settings. All right, see you in the next one.